came in to see Dade. All right, get in there with him.
Keys and open up. Hurry up, it's getting hot in here.
Yes, at least temporarily.
It's a good thing, too. I never did like that Dade fellow.
Neither did I. But I'm sure he wasn't the real leader. I'm afraid our troubles aren't over yet.
Well, mine ought to be. The money for our cattle shipment gets to Mesquita on tonight's stage.
Well, that's soon enough for us, isn't it, Duchess?
I suppose so, but our note is legally due before the bank closes today.
If we get the money in the first thing in the morning, I'm sure Mr. Drake will give us that much of an extension.
Just the same, I like to feel sure of it. If the note isn't paid, the bank can foreclose, and I'd hate to lose the circular on the technicality.
Well, suppose we ride into town and see Drake.
That's what I thought. I'll be ready in a few minutes.
I'd like to oblige, Duchess, but the whole matter's out of my hands.
Well, how's that? The bank holds the mortgage on the circular, doesn't it?
Not anymore. We had to liquidate some of our paper, and the S&S Land Company bought the circular mortgage.
The S&S Land Company? Who are they?
It's an Eastern concern, I understand. They opened an office down the street a few days ago.
Well, surely the land company will give us an extension until morning.
Maybe they will, Duchess, and maybe they won't. If they're strangers, they're liable to do anything. The safest thing for us is to pay up on time.
But we can't. The stage doesn't get here till 7 o'clock.
If I leave now, I can cut across Buffalo Flats, meet the stage, get the money, and be back before sundown. You try to get an extension from the land company while Cherokee and I split the win for the stage.
Oh, if I'd known there was going to be any delay.
Well, there's no use fretting about it now. Come on, Red.
Throw a leg over that bronc, Cherokee. We got some riding to do.
Be careful, boys.
Don't worry, Duchess.
We've got to work fast, Ace, or we're going to lose our chance to grab the circular.
What do you mean? I thought you had everything sewed up.
Oh, so did I. But I had to tell Red and the Duchess the bank transferred the mortgage. He's riding to meet the stage beyond Buffalo Flats and bring back the money.
Buffalo Flats,
Yes.
eh?
Ace, it's up to you to take care of it.
Well, all right. I'll take care of it, all right. Now, you know the spot, One-Eye. I'm going back to town.
Even if Red misses the stage, the money will be here by 7 o'clock. You can have it the first thing in the morning if you don't want to stay open.
There's nothing I can do about it, Duchess. Your note is due by 6 tonight, and if it isn't paid then, it'll have to go to foreclosure.
There she is. Howdy, boys.
Howdy, Red. I was just getting ready to pull down on you. I figured it was somebody after your money.
Well, that's just what we are after. I'm going to need it before you get into town.
All right. There she is.
Much obliged, Al.
Tie it off that tree.
Here it comes. Get set. Take the guns. Grab Red's horse and ride him through the shack. The money's in the pouch. It's Ryder's Indian pal.
That's Little Beaver. Get him!
I wonder if Little Beaver will make it into town.
I hope so. Come on.
Three minutes to 6, Duchess.
Well, what of it?
I haven't much leeway in these matters, but I'll give you a break. You sign a complete release on the Circle R, and I'll give you written permission to move your stock over to another range.
And if I don't?
If you don't, you lose the Circle R, lock, stock, and barrel.
Well, I guess it looks if Red isn't going to get here. All right. Give me a release.
Hey, Duchess, wait! Little Beaver bring money.
Where'd you get that money?
Red Ryder get it. Little Beaver get it. Duchess get it.
Now you got it. Give me the receipt.
Why, I'll just return your note. I have it here, ready to take to...
You're going to take it to who?
Why, to the safe.
Red Ryder come.
Everything all right, Duchess?
Yes, Little Beaver brought the money, and I've got our note in my pocket.
Good going, Sprout. Did you have any trouble?
Little Beaver had trouble with man who follow, but me get away.
Well, that's fine. You must have done some tough riding.
Good thing, too. This man here refused an extension.
Why? The Duchess and I are pretty well known. We always pay up.
Look, I'm only a clerk here. I take orders.
Yeah? Well, who are your bosses?
Why, Eastern people. They prefer to remain unknown.
Oh, they do. Well, it sounds a little shady to me. I'll get a hold of Len Clark, the county recorder. We'll find out who's behind the S&S Land Company. That ought to prove something.
Smith.
What's up? Red Ryder's going to check on the S&S Land Company.
That's not so good. He finds out that I'm head of the S&S, I'd be run out of town.
I know it, Ace. That's why I came to tell you.
Where's Ryder now?
I heard him say he was going to see Len Clark.
Len lives out of town quite a ways. There's still time to get those records before Red sees them. Get Slade and tell him.
I hate dragging you back to the office, Lynn, but it's important.
You and Slim stay here.
right, Clark?
Yeah.
They blew the safe, but they didn't get anything.
Well, we can be thankful for that.
The cinch we'll find out who's behind the S&S Land Company now.
Well, I know their records are here somewhere.
You've got to get out of here. When Red sees the land company records, he'll go gunning for you.
Let him. I can take care of myself.
But Red isn't the only one who'll figure you were behind those raids. Every one of those ranchers will bring suit to have the sale set aside, and it'll take months to clear the titles. All you have to do is give me power of attorney to sell the S&S Land Company holdings to the Western Pacific. After the railroad buys the ranches, we don't care what happens. Oh, I have a letter here from Barnett. The railroad's representative will be here any day now. It won't take long. You hide out in the caves until I collect the money. Then I'll bring you your share.
You, wouldn't want any of the ranchers to see this letter, would you?
I should say not. If they ever found out my connection with Barnett and the railway, they'd lynch me. I'll put it in the safe.
Yeah, never mind. I'll see that it's safe.
You may regret that, Ace.
Here it is. The S&S Land Company. Statement of ownership.
Ace Hanlon.
Owner and president. Here's a record of their transactions. Ed Stewart, 160 acres. Purchase price, $50.
Now get me a list of the S&S properties. I'll make out a power of attorney. We'll have to hurry. Red may be here any minute now.
Jake Tucker, 300 acres. Purchase price, $75.
Looks like they made some mighty nice buys. Those weren't buys. They were holdups. Look. Every one of these ranches they bought out had their buildings burned and their stock run off. They sold out to Hanlon for what they could get. Sure is dirty work, all right. But I don't see what we can do about it. Those sales seem to be legal. Was it legal to burn those folks out to make them sell? Of course not. But how are you going to prove it was Hanlon? I don't need any proof. When I get through with Ace Hanlon, he'll be glad to admit it.
Hello, Red. You looking for somebody?
Yes. Ace Hanlon.
He ain't in there. He rode out towards Tascadero an hour ago.
Well, maybe he's back.
Red Ryder.
Clear out quick. I'll meet you in the cave this afternoon.
George, did you see Ace Hanlon come out of here?
Yeah, he rode out kind of fast, that way.
Red Ryder! Little Beaver sing Ace Hanlon right upstream.
That's all I want to know, Sprout. You lay low and stay out of trouble.
Well, boys, it's getting close to our showdown. We're about to cash in on all that we've been working for. The big boss himself is coming here today.
Very interesting, Ace. And I'll be right here to give him a welcome. Drop your gun belts. And be careful. going to take you back to tell about the S&S Land Company, Ace. But if I take your boss in, too, it'll be a real roundup. I'll drill the first man that makes a sound.
Look out! Red Ryder's in the cave.
We're about to cash in on all that we've been working for. The big boss himself is coming here today.
Very interesting, Ace. And I'll be right here to give him a welcome. Drop your gun belts. And be careful. I'll drill the first man that makes a sound.
Look out! Red Ryder's in the cave.
Howdy, men.
Did he
Find Hanlon?
Yes, I found him. He's dead.
Dead? What happened?
I shot him.
Did he do any talking?
No, but Ace wasn't the real leader. The big boss came out there to meet them. I took out after him, but I couldn't get close enough to him to recognize him.
Have you any idea who this man is?
No, I haven't. But Ace's death may force him into the open. Meanwhile, we better look after these ranches that Hanlon's company stole.
Yeah, I figured how the S&S Land Company got title to those ranches by force. They didn't have no legal right to them. So, I wired a government land agent to come down here and sort of straighten things out.
That's fine, Lawson. When'll he be here?
This afternoon stage, a fella by the name of Treadway.
Good going. He'll straighten out this mess in short order. Especially with your help, Mr. Drake.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I'll be glad to help in any way I can. Well, gentlemen, I must be getting back to the bank. See you later.
Goodbye, Mr. Drake.
What are you doing here?
Ace Hanlon sent me. He's hiding out at the shack.
Ace Hanlon's dead. Red Ryder shot him.
Red thinks he did. Ace wanted to throw him off the track. That's why he sent me to tell you that he still expects to be cut in on that railroad deal. He said to remind you that he's still got that letter from Barnett.
There isn't going to be any railroad deal. And now that meddling Lawson is sent for a federal land commissioner to check titles. Commissioner Treadway must be stopped before he sees them. If we can keep him out of Mesquite until we dispose of the ranches to the Western Pacific, any of his investigations won't hurt us.
Don't let that Treadway worry you, man, Mr. Drake. You see, I got a personal interest in this deal. Ace Hanlon cut me in.
Good. Keep out of sight. Don't forget you're wanted in Mesquite, too.
I won't take no chances.
Looks like Cherokee's got something on his mind.
Yeah. What's on your mind, Cherokee?
I just seen One-Eye Chapin heading out of town.
One-Eye Chapin?
Yeah.
Are you sure, Cherokee?
Of course I'm sure. You can't mistake what he uses for a face.
He's one of Hanlon's gang. Let's pick him up, Lawson.
All right, boys, let's go. Come on.
Cherokee. Are you hurt bad?
No. He just creased me.
Cherokee. Was that One-Eye?
Yeah.
Easy, fella.
I can't get the job done, Red.
Who were those ruffians?
You, Mr. Treadway?
I am.
You'll hear a lot about those hombres. Get old Cherokee back to Mesquite, will you, Lawson?
Sure I will, Red. Anything else I can do?
No. I'll take care of everything from now on.
Commissioner probably got through to town.
Must have. Nothing else to stop him.
Don't move. Take out your guns and drop them on the ground. Easy. Now get on there. Cherokee's dead, One-Eye.
I didn't mean to down him, Red. I was only trying to protect myself.
Protect yourself. I'm going to give you a chance to protect yourself. Tie Hanlon to that tree.
There's a letter in my right-hand coat pocket. Get it. Drop it behind the tree.
I'll take that. Now get back over there. Turn around. Now face me. Draw, One-Eye.
Now listen, Red. I didn't mean to pleb Cherokee.
You heard me? I said draw. I'll be cutting this one for you, Cherokee. Taking you into Mesquita, Ace. We'll clean up those crooked property deals that you and your S&S land... So Calvin Drake is the top hand in this business.
Yeah. And if I know Cal Drake, your government land agent won't live long enough to do us any harm.
Thanks for tipping me off, Ace. I hadn't thought of that. I guess you'll keep till I get back.
Leading citizen, I'm helping with this investigation. I've asked Mr. Treadway to meet me here to go over the S&S Land Company records.
Good. You sure he'll be here at 2 o'clock?
Mr. Treadway is always prompt. He'll be here unless...
I'll take care of that. Slim, I got a job for you. About 2 o'clock.
As Mesquite's leading citizen, I'm helping with this investigation. I've asked Mr. Treadway to meet me here to go over the S&S Land Company records.
Good. You sure he'll be here at 2 o'clock?
Mr. Treadway is always prompt. He'll be here unless...
I'll take care of that. Slim, I got a job for you. About 2 o'clock.
Are you hit, Red? You missed me clean, Mr. Treadway. I want to talk to you in private. Mr. Treadway, Drake is the man that's behind all this shooting and killing that's been going on around here lately.
But, Red, that's impossible.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's the truth. Read this letter.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Drake is trying to control all the ranches around here so as to sell them to the Western Pacific at an exorbitant figure. And he hasn't even stopped at murder. Come on.
Why, I thought I heard shooting in the street.
You did. You're a hired killer, nearly got me.
What nonsense is this? You come to my office and accuse me of such a stupid act? I never heard of anything like it.
Quit beating around the bush, Drake. We know all about your scheme to rob the ranchers and sell out to the railroad company.
That's ridiculous. I'm amazed that you'd make such accusations, Ryder. I appeal to you, sir.
Ryder has ample proof of your guilt, Drake. Show him the Barnett letter, Red.
Oh, come on. Let's see the letter. I've never seen that letter before. The records of every land deal negotiated by the bank are in those filing cases. I'll show them to you.
Turn around. Slow.
Face the wall, Ryder. Couldn't have timed it better, Ace. Commissioner Treadway was about to ask some questions that might have been embarrassing. Now, if you'll just sign this affidavit, Commissioner.
But this affidavit certifies that the title to the land we know you stole is legal.
Of course, that's what you come here to sign, isn't it?
But only after proper investigation.
Sign.
Who is it?
It's Tom Mallory, Mr. Drake. Mr. Boswell, the Western Pacific Railroad, wants to see you.
I'm very busy, Mallory. Ask Mr. Boswell to wait.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Boswell, land buyer for the Western Pacific.
And that means that the deal is really going through, eh?
Just as soon as I turn over the deed and Treadway's affidavit. We'll be headed across the border before nightfall. You and your father nearly lost me a fortune, Ryder. I'm going to have you put away just as I did him. Take him away, Ace.
Into that vault. Come on. All right, go on.
Sit down, Mr. Boswell.
I'd hoped to meet Commissioner Treadway here. They told me at the hotel he was with you.
Oh, Treadway went over the deeds and left his affidavit here with me. He's been gone for some time.
Oh, then we can check the deeds at once.
You and Drake have quite a layout here, Ace.
Yeah, but you'd never seen it if you weren't on your way out. All right, boys, take them downstairs and see that they don't come up.
Move.
Take that bottle and throw it in the corner when I tell you. I'll cover you with this box as you go up the stairs. Get to Lawson and tell him I said to stop drink. Here, take this. What about you? Never mind about me. Do as I tell you. All right, throw it.
Inasmuch as the deeds have been certified by Commissioner Treadway, I see no reason why you shouldn't have these bank drafts now, Mr. Drake. There you are, sir.
Thank you very much.
Red says never mind him, but stop Drake.
We'll stop him all right.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Mr. Boswell.
Here comes Commissioner Treadway now, and the sheriff is with him.
Oh, excuse me for a moment. Certainly. There's something I must get from the vault. How did Treadway get loose?
Treadway? He's down the cellar with Ryder.
He's on his way to the bank with Sheriff Lawson.
You must be seeing things. Come on. I tell you, they are down to the cellar. The boys are taking care of them now. We've got to get out of here.
That's what I am going to do.
I'll be with you in just a minute.
You're not going, Ace.
What do you mean, Cal?
Just what I said. You're not going.
You can't do this to me. Why, I've worked on this thing ever since the beginning with you, Cal. You can't double-cross me like this, Cal.
It isn't a double cross. It's what you've earned. You're a bungler, Ace. I don't like bunglers.
That you, little beaver?
What you doing there?
Where's Drake?
Little beaver see man who work with money go that way.
You go find Sheriff Lawson and tell him I'm trailing Drake.
Oh.
Well, Red, I'll talk to you later, Lawson. Give me that gun. This one's empty.
which we found on Drake's body, will be canceled. And the Western Pacific will negotiate with the real ranch owners for the purchase of a new right-of-way. I have no words with which to express the deep regret I feel for the passing of Red Ryder. But you, who knew and loved him, can take comfort in the fact that his was a noble sacrifice.
Red Ryder, come! Red Ryder, come! Red Ryder! Red Ryder! Everybody thinks you dead.
Well, we fooled him this time, Sprout.
Ah,